to Flip Hack. Today I'm going to be talking about my bully experience. Now, I've had so far 2 bully experiences in my lifetime, and sadly, I will not be able to, like, remember them specifically because usually, the channels I watch that do these these little channel things, they're usually either more professional or they just you know, it happened to them just like a couple of days ago. Alright, so I'm going to be talking about my bully experience. Now, I'm not going to title this bully experience. Okay, and also, I'm not going to be specifying any of their actual names. Um, so yeah. So anywho, this was at my old school, Heritage. Alright, I hope I'm okay with displaying that name. I'm pretty sure I am. Anywho, so this was when I first started at that school. Um, and let me tell you, it was one of the worst experiences I had. Unless you're a good kid, really, unless you're a kid who can pay attention, which I was not. Like that, I think that was the first year I was like the defiant. You know how people go through stages like in their life, like when they first like grow up, they're like, oh, I gotta listen to everybody, and then once you become a teenager, which is at the stage I am now, we become more defiant. Well, this was definitely the age where I became defiant. I wouldn't call myself very a lot defiant than I am back then, but definitely back then was the worst experience for me. Anywho, so I had a special ed class because I have ADHD. That's why I was in that class, and I was in a lot of mainstream classes, and I just couldn't. Focus. Anywho, so I had a lot of friends back then, or I do have a lot of friends now, but they're mainly in my special ed class, or they remain in there. I do have a couple of, um, like mainstream friends, but anywho, or anyway, I should probably stop saying anywho. It just makes me sound pompous. Anywho, god dang it. Okay, never mind. So, I had a friend named Justin. He was one of my best friends. We talked about, or I sat with my friend David and all of that. So, we're not going to talk about lunch because I don't see. We're going to call him Nathan. Let's call him Nathan. I don't see Nathan at lunch anymore. Or I didn't see him at lunch at all. Because, well, he was a grade higher than me. You may be saying, well, why would you try to mess with a kid that's... Why would you mess with a kid that's higher than you? Well, I didn't. I never messed with anyone, really. Because I was like, oh, everyone... I don't have a reason to hate anyone at my school. So I just never messed with anyone. I was more of the quiet kid that like had a lot of friends. I wasn't emo. I wasn't like that weird kid. And I hope nobody thought I would, do anything bad to people. Because I wouldn't. Because, I'm not a loser. If you honestly do that, if you know what I'm talking about, I hope a lot of you do. But if you honestly are planning to do that, just stop because you're a loser. Anywho, I was a quiet kid, so I didn't really mess with anyone. But there's this one guy that he's just weird. He was just so weird. He was either my friend or he wasn't, or he was like a friend with horrible benefits or whatever. Because he was either an a-hole to me or he just was one of the coolest guys. So Nathan, which is not his actual name, but I can't disclose his name because then, that could be a bad thing. You know. Nathan was like a hit or miss type person. Alright. And we were in like a special ed gym class. And like, I think every Friday, we would go swimming, right? Tell me why. So behind the scenes, he was an absolute a-hole to me, alright? He was an a-hole. But then I tried telling my teachers and everything. Well, let's go off with, he just didn't like me for some reason. And I don't know if it was because of the way I look. I would honestly beat myself up and like be a jerk to myself if I saw my face. Anywho, for some reason, people just don't like me, even though I don't talk to many people. Honestly, if you go to my school and you hate me, there's gotta be something wrong with you. Because I don't know what I do. I don't know what I do. Maybe it's just like something I did in the past, or you know me somehow. But like, I'm not that bad of a person. Or I'm not a bad person at all. I do a lot of stupid stuff, but I'm not a bad person. Alright? I'm a pretty likable person if you know me at least. You don't really get to know me if, you're A, an a-hole, or 2, I just don't know you. You have to approach me first. Yeah, you just have to approach me to be a friend first, because I honestly don't like I like talking to people. It's just that I get really nervous, and I'm going to probably mess up my words. I'm just so worried one of those days are going to come where I'm just like, oh, I tried talking to someone, but, I just mess up, and they're just gonna sorry, they're just gonna think I'm a weirdo. Well, I am, but like, they're just gonna get a bad impression off of me. Anyway, so for some reason this guy is just so mean to me. He's like trying to do kung fu moves, and I try messing around with him, alright? And I'm a very sensitive person. And he would just do this Dragon Ball Z type crap. His middle and pointer finger, it jabbed me in the rib, and it hurt. I don't know if it hurts for any of you guys, but it hurts for me. Mainly because, it's not because I'm fat, alright? I can admit that I'm out of shape and fat because you guys have probably seen the back of my head before. And I do want to fix it, but I'm not ashamed if it never gets fixed. I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm such a dirty bastard. Because I watch Daz's games, and he has not changed, and he has inspired me to be okay with my body. Alright? That doesn't mean I'm going to go around being like, oh, don't talk about my body, I'm perfect. I'm not going to be that person. I still am a little bit, insecure, or heavily insecure, but whatever. Anyway, so he does that, and I'm getting real sick and tired of it. But that's not the thing that breaks me. It's that he just is an a-hole, and like, calls me pudgy, which I was, and am, but like, I don't like when people mention it, just because it makes me sad. Like, I don't know. Anyway, this kid just had a really big problem with me. Now, Nathan, I don't know, I just tried telling people about it, and guess what they did? You would expect a school to be like, oh, okay, we'll deal with this we'll deal with it. But that's not what they did. They were like, oh no, Eddie would never do that. And I was like, what? So you're not going to do anything. You're literally... Okay, so I'm just making this crap up, right? And I'm just... This is the... I'm not even going to try to defecate on them or anything. Because I know that's what it's going to seem like. But, like, come on. You cannot tell me that that's messed up. You cannot tell me that that is not messed up. Because it is. Okay? I tried telling them that I'm getting bullied. Alright? I am getting bullied. But just because he's mature and older than me, that means that he's not, like, bullying me? How messed up in the head could this school get? Like, honestly. Like, seriously, what the heck? If I was a teacher, and even if the guy was a very, very nice person, or a student was very nice, I would still go after, I would still ask the kid, like, do you actually do it? I wouldn't be like, oh no, he doesn't do that. Like, how much of an a-hole school do you have to be? And I'm pretty sure he manipulates people. I'm pretty sure he was an a-hole. Not even my friends believed me. That's how messed up this was. My friends didn't even believe that this guy was bullying me. They were like, nah, he's a pretty cool guy, alright? Just because somebody's super nice to you doesn't mean he's going to be always nice to everyone. Like, even me. Sometimes I'm not nice to people, but I'm a pretty okay guy to deal with. And I'm not even tooting my own horn, or I'm not, one-upping myself. But, like, if you get to know me, and if you're a cool guy, you're cool with me. But if you come at me sideways, like Eddie kind of did, all that. Now, I don't know if you guys know this. I'm trying so hard to keep this a secret, but I lost my dad a while ago. And it still eats me up from the inside. I didn't want to tell you all of that because I felt like it wasn't important to me, or it wasn't important to me as a person. I did talk about it in the comments in other videos, but like, I didn't get personal with it. I was just like, oh hey, look, my dad died. Wow. I do miss him. I really do. I'm not going to get into it, but anywho. But all that changed when he was an a-hole to my friend Justin. And I was like, oh, okay, so that's how it works. He's an a-hole to you, and now you believe that he's an a-hole. But when it happens to other people, you just don't believe it. I was still friends with Justin after that. I was just like, okay, he believes me. It's pretty cool. But nobody else believed me. I keep on trying to tell the teachers that he's bullying me, and nobody would do anything about it. And one time I was in the pool, and like, Eddie comes at me and says, like, oh hey, how's your dad doing? Oh wait, I forgot you don't have one. And I was just like, what? And then I start running after him and beating on him. Because I have a really short temper, just so you know. But if you like start talking about, if you talk about me, I'm just gonna ignore you. You can say all the mean things about me, and I'll be like, cool. But as soon as you talk about dead, or if you keep on talking ill about the dead, or my family, well, if you talk crap about my family, I can't do anything because I'm scared. But if you start talking bad about the dead, you'll bet that I'm going to come after you. Nobody talks bad about people who have suffered enough. Alright? You're just a horrible person if you talk ill about the dead, to be honest. So, obviously, as any sane person would, I start wailing on him. Now, a lot of people would say, violence is never the answer. Well, sometimes it is, okay? I'm just gonna say it. Sometimes you just have to beat on a person. Don't do it all the time, okay? I'm not saying that. I'm not saying violence is always the answer. It's not. If somebody talks crap about you, you don't beat them. But, like, this guy tormented me for years, or for not years, for like almost my whole entire school. Now Nathan was an a-hole, alright? So you can probably see where I'm going with this. I hated this guy. Because he was either the nicest person to me when that was teachers around, and he was just an a-hole. Alright, so I start wailing on the kid, and I get in trouble. Alright, I get in trouble. I get detention. And I understand. I didn't fight, and I still understand to this day why I got detention. Because you shouldn't beat up people, and I just lost my temper. Don't beat up people. At least defend yourself with words. But I was like, I wasn't depressed. I was at a dark state at that school. Because I felt helpless. And I was just like, oh, okay, well, screw it. I'm getting bullied. Everybody goes to this. Wait. But I lost my temper when he started talking about my dad. I went off on him. And then he comes at me, like, I didn't even mention your dad. I said your girlfriend. And I was like, oh, heck no. And I just went along with it because I felt bad because he also got in trouble. Now, I'm a very kind-hearted person. If you're bullying me and you like make a sad face or whatever, I'll feel bad. Alright, so I was like, I know, I'm sorry, I know you only said girlfriend. Which, that didn't happen at all. I just went along with it because I felt bad. So, we were kind of friends. And I think that was at the point where the fighting stopped. And he went on along with his day, even though, you know, he was a bully to me and nobody did anything about it. So it came up to me to defend myself because the teachers wouldn't do anything. That's why I have high praise for this school. This school is amazing. The school I'm currently at, that's why I like it. Nobody's messing with me. Alright? Nobody is like, oh, let's go beat up on this kid, or, you know, let's go bully this kid. Nobody messes with me. And that's why I like the students at this school 100%. Because they don't mess with me. If I don't mess with them, they don't mess with me. That's how the world should work. Unless I come at you and start beating up on you, that's when you should defend yourself. But, you know, if you mess with me, I should be able to defend myself. And the school should do something about it. Anywho, there's gonna be a next story time. And the next story time might be my last story time. Unless I can remember anymore. But the two stories where I had sleep paralysis and then this one, these two, or the next one should be my last one. Unless you guys want to hear me make up some stories, I'm happy to do that because I really want to, you know, I really do want to continue this, like, story time with Mad Dog, or Mad Story Time, or whatever. But it's kind of hard because, I wouldn't say I'm a loner. I hate being alone. But, like, I don't have that many stories at school. Nor in my personal life. Or, I don't have stories in my personal life that I would like to, you know, reveal to you guys. Because I just don't want to. And I think it's okay to make stories for schools. Or make true stories about schools. Just because, like, probably not going to do anything to school. Like, I'm a very small YouTuber. And I mainly got inspiration by talking to this. I was just watching a Luna episode about, like, a school. Shout out to Luna. Not that my shout outs are going to do much. But anyway. Shout out to Luna for giving me this idea. This is actually going to be recorded a day later than it is today. Today it's Saturday. This is probably gonna be uploaded on Sunday, or uploaded Sunday afternoon. I might also upload a Fortnite live event thing because I think it's happening tomorrow. I hope. But anywho, stay safe, everyone. Love y'all. Stay frosty. Stay whatever. Um, don't be an a-hole to somebody who isn't doing anything to you. If they're doing stuff to you, that's when you like have to defend yourself. Just all around, don't be an a-hole for no reason. Unless you have a reason. Or unless it's a good reason to be an a-hole. I don't know. So anywho, that's going to be the end of this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, turn on notifications. I need to start saying that at the beginning of the video. Anywho, Mad Dog out.